Hey, yo, what's up guys? It's August 16, 2013, and I figured I'd come to you with a different type of video, a more personal video. That's why I'm kind of showing my ugly face in these videos. Anyways, what I'm trying to do here, I'm trying to start a little mini-series of videos for you guys. I've been getting a lot of PM, a lot of comments, a lot of email regarding my comic books that I sold just recently. A lot of you already know my past videos. I pretty much sold all of my comic book collection for personal reasons, okay? But however, I was able to hold on to a few comic books that had a lot of sentimental value to me, and just personal reasons I've kept them, and just value, plain honestly. They're worth a lot of money, so I figured, I'm gonna keep them, maybe hand them over to my daughter when I get older. But anyways, this video, guys, pretty much answers the ongoing question, or at least the question that's been asked a lot in the comic book community. If you were in an emergency situation, your house is on fire, for an example, and you only had a few seconds to grab some comic books, what would they be? Do you have already a favorite list, a box of comic books that you would pull in an emergency situation? A lot of people already have that, but yet a lot of people, newcomers, don't really. When I mean newcomers, I mean like new comic book collectors, okay? Or at least new vintage toy collectors. Whatever the scenario, whatever you're collecting, think about it. If you only had less than a minute to grab your favorite item, what would it be? Okay? Now with me, I thought about the situation years ago. So I pretty much keep a designated spot where in case an emergency did happen, boom, I pull that box and I'm out, I'm gone. Now, a lot of you pretty much already assume that I sold everything, all of my comic books. Well, I didn't. And a lot of you don't know about these comic books that I've had. Number one, only because when I bought them, I sent them out to get graded to CGC. CGC, of course, we all know it takes forever to send comic books back to you. The second reason is because, like I said, it's in a separate spot. I don't keep these comic books. Well, some of them I did, not a lot of them. Some of them I kept in a different box and didn't really want to show them off. I don't know. I don't know. I just didn't want to, just for personal reasons. But now I figured, since I'm already hitting close to 900 subscribers, I keep getting asked the question. So I figured, I'll show you guys. So multiple videos, expect probably maybe once a month. I'll try to get these out if I'm not busy. Just with my life right now, it's pretty hectic. So here we go, guys. This is part one. These comic books, guys, that I'm gonna show you have a specific story, and I'll pretty much mention to you why they're so special or why I'm keeping them. They're not super expensive, and I'm pretty sure a lot of comic book YouTubers out there have already showed those comic books, or at least talked about them, so I pretty much won't share a whole background story about them. But they're right here. They're right here. As you can tell, it's the Death of Superman, the little mini-series that came out in 1992, 1993, and the reason why they're so special to me is because I remember I was about 12 years old, okay? I'll show them to you in a bit. But the story goes, or you know what, let me do this. Hold on one second. So here you go, guys. I changed the view up a bit. I'd rather look at these comic books on my ugly face, to be honest with you. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you would agree. But just to give you a better scenario, guys, these comic books hold a special place in my life and in my heart. I can honestly say these are the comic books that actually introduced collecting and reading into my life, kind of a major event in my life, okay? Prior to these comic books, I do recall, my parents buying me, older comic books when I was about 5, 6, 7 years old. But at that time, I just liked them because, the stories I would read, or they would read them to me. I loved the pictures. It's just something that really wasn't a hobby or an interest to me. Meaning, when I was at that age, the comic books or newsstand or magazine stand wasn't the first thing I went to, At that age, I was into toys. Comic books was kind of just like a supplement. just to keep me busy, to keep me reading, to keep me, doing something, because I was an only child. I didn't really have a lot of things to do or play with. All right. So not until when these came out, The Death of Superman, I can honestly say those are the ones that actually introduced comic books and comic book stores just into my life. When these first came out, I do recall me and my mom driving around for hours, going to different, mini supermarkets, newsstands, looking for comic books. Because when this story hit, guys, when Superman, The Death of Superman came out, it was already halfway into the miniseries. Okay. Now, what I mean by the story, the news media got a hold that Superman's going to be dying soon. Everyone, the radio station, the newspaper, the TV stations, they all pretty much just blast its information out. Of course, good marketing for DC, right? But that's when I found out, oh crap, he's dying. Well, I want to see the story. And they talked about, well, there's a mini story coming out with all the Superman titles talking about leading up to, of course, Superman number 75. So I wanted to get the whole mini story. So anyways, back to my original, what I was saying earlier, me and my mom drove around for hours, all around Arizona, all around Phoenix, Tempe, looking for these comic books. And I was able to get the last 4. The earlier editions that came out, the previous comic books, I had to go to a comic book store and buy those, of course. They were going for big money. I remember buying, no, let me take it back. This one, right here, the Man of Steel, back in 92, 93, guys. This one I remember going for like $75 to $100 at local comic book stores, because it introduced Doomsday, right? Introduced Doomsday, the death, the person that killed Superman. So it was going for a lot of money. The earlier ones, maybe 20, 30 bucks, and of course I had to save up, or I got them for my birthday, whatever it may be. However, unfortunately, let's put it this way, 10 years later, after collecting this in 92, and about 2002, I sold my comic book collection. I had a nice little mini collection that I just sold in a yard sale. Now, I kind of kicked myself for that, because I had some nice stuff. I remember having Incredible Hulk number 181, 180 I had also. I had Amazing Spider-Man number 300. I had a few nice key books that I ended up selling at a yard sale for about, I think the whole box, maybe $75. Some guy, I posted an advertisement in the newspaper along with my mother, and a bunch of people came out for these comic books. Okay, let me put it that way, a bunch of people. And the first person that came out was an early birder. He's like, oh, okay, yeah, you have some nice ones. I'll offer $75. At that time, I was like, whoa, cool. I was pretty much just barely in college, struggling, paying food and paying my bills. I'm like, yeah, $75. Shoot, I can get me at least a month's supply of food for that. So I sold them. Yep. Those Incredible Hulks, the very first Wolverine, the very first Venom, yep, sold them all for about $75. Okay, so it pretty much it kicked my butt. And then plus these were my very first ones that I actually went hunting were in that box too, and they all sold. So 10 years later, guys, they're gone. Here I am. About 2-3 years ago, I bought these ones. And so I told myself I do not ever plan on selling these, because they hold a great memory, a good memory of me, being introduced to comics, me spending time with my mother, searching for these. So it was, some good times. These ones are, they're a little bit more special than the ones that I had before, only because the person that I bought them, he was a resident in New York, I believe. Was it New York? You know what, I'm sorry guys, it was 2 years ago. I'm trying to remember. Especially doing this video kind of just has my head. Whenever you do videos, your mind goes sometimes one direction and your voice goes another. Sometimes it's like that with me. I go off in tangents. But what I'm trying to say is these comic books, I bought these for a nice price on eBay. And the ones that I really, really enjoy the most are the autographed ones. Okay. Now, these two right here came with the lot. Okay, came specifically with these groups, and again, the guy, I believe he was from New York, and when The Death of Superman, when it came out, when it hit the stores, this specific comic book store in New York had a special event dedicated for the death of Superman. They had, I believe, was the writer and the actual illustrator of the death of Superman, Dan Jurgens, and of course Brett Brenning. They came out. They did autographs, and I believe they did a special limited number of autographs also. These two are signed by them. Now, if you can tell, I believe I showed this in an earlier video of mine, earlier comic book video. And the condition, guys, I cannot say enough. If these were graded by CGC, these would automatically be a 9.8. I mean, there's no issues at all with them. This one, however, it looks like when the person bought it, it did come with a certificate authenticity on there. I believe he had the certificate in the front, and it smeared a little bit, or at least it got a lot of the ink on some of the corners. So there's a big print, or at least a indentation, an outline. Yeah, an outline. There you go. An outline of the certificate authenticity on this black bag, which kind of stands out. But again, I mean, having them autograph this, having it numbered, again, it's not worth a whole lot now. But to me specifically, it is. Just because, like I said, there's a specific nostalgic reason, or at least a memory that I have for these comic books, and I don't ever plan on selling them. So again, guys, I know this wasn't really maybe some of you guys were looking for, but I plan on, you know, making it up maybe in my next video, hopefully. But being that this is my first video, this is the very first one that, like I said, I wanted to introduce you guys that got me into comic book collecting. I don't plan on selling these along with the other ones I'll plan on showing you. But I'm pretty sure, like, again, if you think about it, guys, if you only had, you know, less than a minute to get out of your house, what would you take? I'm pretty sure a lot of you already have that specific brand, but or at least those specific books. But if you think about it, do you have to dig for them? Again, these are in a specific location. I just pull out the box, boom, I'm done, I'm gone. So maybe I'll encourage some of you in doing the same, or maybe doing some videos like that. But expect, you know, a little mini series of me after this, maybe one video a month, and hopefully I can please some of you guys with what I have. So again, guys, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, thanks for watching. Hit me up. Until then, peace.